I was going to do this last night, but as I told you, moving the studio, moving me. So, wow, what a week. I'll fill you in. I'll fill you guys in on what happened for those who haven't been paying attention. Sorry about yesterday's stream. It was just that I was so busy. But man, we had build. We had the drip UI. We had the mobile version leaked, which was a good thing. We had another Plinko talk. But let's talk about really what's next now. Hello folks, my name is Potter. I'm one of the co-hosts of the Build Show, where we discuss drip on Fridays and we talk about the Forex Shark domain, but specifically we like to focus on the drip community because that's what it's turned into. A group of people who are coming together to build something that's not ever been seen before. With that being said, anything that I give back is just an opinion. It's not fact. Do your own research. I recommend you do. I recommend that you perform due diligence. I would have had to say do, but yeah. Because that's the key part. And one of the reasons that you should perform that due diligence, specifically when it comes to Forex Shark, is because there are a lot of people out there who say things about what's happening with the delivery and don't understand that Forex believes in hype. He thinks that is a key component. If you look at Don King, you know there's something to that, but it's his pedigree of developing systems to help people take things to market. My opinion, because I'm an investor versus, just a person going, oh, philosophically, I hate it, at times. But so my background is quite broad, but during one of my lifetimes at AOL Time Warner, we were a software company. And you cannot promise software. If you take a look at how many games, everything's turning into a gaming venture for the community. But if you're a true gamer, you know what's called pushback. Oh, we're going to release on this date. Oh, something came up. Oh, during, the rollout, we decided to hold back on this update. And I don't think a lot of people thought about, hey, you know what? I'm investing in a software company. So, if you are in the drip community, and what's happening is a lot of other people are beginning to develop their own software and their gamification of the drip community. And one of the big reveals this week was the drip UI, as well as Forex saying, you know what? I'm going to release all the drip stuff first and do Plinko. So the other day I was looking at Plinko and I was like, wow, man, this is really put together. I mean, I've seen him try to put together other stuff and it's been out there, but he's really stepped it up. And as the lead of marketing, Ray has also stepped it up. That video that he released about, hey, we want feedback or art. That used to be something that was exclusively Forex, during his AMA. So it's good to see that. But, doing your due diligence on all of this stuff is very important because you might not see what some of us say. You might say, I think he's gone. You might not like it. You might become impatient, but that's okay. There isn't, I don't think, a company out there where an investor or even a client didn't want something faster. But in the world of DeFi, you just can't undo it. And the bigger the hype means the more pressure that you're putting on yourself. And I think at times I wondered, is he scared? But the more he reveals the backstory of, devs not doing things. So in my AOL Time Warner life, we had our own building as devs. Like we had the things you see on TV. We had the ping pong tables. I think we had arcade machines. We had a specific cafe that was just for us. Our building was like all high design. It was called CC2. And we were a little bit, we knew how smart we were, right? We knew that we were doing this for a job. And software engineering is not like anything that you can imagine when it's your job to deliver code under timelines that are completely unreasonable, and you're expected for it to go live, knowing that you could break something that could be on the news. So when I see what he's doing, I see the team that he's putting together, he's just getting his feet underneath him. And so that's just not easy to do. And, but when you take a look at the Plinko layout, whether it's the marketing, whether it's what he's got lined up for people regarding influencers, the way that he's structured the referral system, what he's trying to do with his constantly updating us weekly and letting us know how it's progressing, that's really impressive. And if you go and you look at the material, guys, that stuff, one of my lives after that developer life is I've worked, for some big firms, Accenture, Ernst & Young, EY, and met with really important people. It's hard to get a good team together, but what he's doing is in alignment with, I think, leading practices when it comes to establishing a group that he can depend on. He's building from nothing. He had BB, that was a developer of Drip, and nobody knows, but they still seem to be tight, or they seem to know each other. There's no animosity. Forex doesn't strike me as a guy who's going to hold a grudge longer than, it takes for his dog to bark. That's nothing funny. And so when you look at all of that and you take a look at the setup for Plinko, the design, the marketing, it's really a step up from any other DeFi projects you see. On most DeFi projects, what you see is you see the page where you just scroll down and it says who we are and stuff like that. We have a YouTube channel. We've got a marketing team for ad placement. He's got it so he's trending. It's just really smart stuff. And if you're going to do your due diligence and you hear about, he's just hype, he doesn't deliver. Any software company that delivers game after game after game after game, they're not a good software company. They're just trying to make money. So like if you take a look at the Injustice series, those are the people who make Mortal Kombat. It takes a while before they release another game because they go really deep into it. So Forex is holding off code for launch, but he knows that it's there. And when you introduced blockchain technology, wow. But don't forget, one of the holdups is because he wants to go to PancakeSwap's new design. And he said that he's even partnering with them because they need adoption for people to go through this. It's very hard to say, okay, we're going to migrate our entire system from version 2 to version 3. That's like saying, hey, I'm going to write code for Windows 10 and then I'm going to write code for Windows 11. That's that's a big task. So for him to say again with, oh man, I was ready to roll out, but we're going to pause because I want to do this new better thing because it's better to do it now than later. Also, we can include ourselves in the promotion, right? This is all very smart stuff. This is not a rookie. This is not an accident. He's really good. And that's why a lot of very heavyweight clients who have a lot of money invest in him. They're not stupid. They made that money. And so when you hear people questioning, you just have to accept it. I was even in a little bit of a controversy under my other ID, edutainment, when I responded to Coach to say, hey, you ask an opinion. I don't agree, but I moved on. And then some people are very animated who support Coach, to say, stop being a follower. And it's like, not all people are moon people when they just agree with him. And I think I've had some pretty difficult times on this show with going, dude, stop making promises. And he has. He doesn't make promises anymore. He just goes, I'll get to it. I'm not going to tell you guys anything. And so, but I'd rather him not break promises. He's got a plan. We don't have necessarily a roadmap, but with such a small crew in a startup company, I don't really expect a lot of that. I expect him to deliver. And when I look at his applications, whether that's Animal Farm or Drip, they're still paying out. So Animal Farm has been, strung along, so it's got to have utility as well. But I think that he's adequately prepared to move that along because he wants to introduce other games on top of that platform. One of the coolest parts, though, is when he said, guys, I'm paraphrasing, guys, I want the Drip community that supported me to benefit from the farm, so it's good that I'm going to do this DDD thing, which should take care of our liquidity challenges and lead us to a much better place, right? So that's a lot of talk without taking a break. So this is kind of that's different because the next time you guys see this, it won't be here. I don't even know if that's going to make it into the new office. This whole DeFi thing, I left my job to do it. I believe in it because it's going to happen. Coinbase standing up to the government. People understanding that what currency is, there's an awakening happening. And I feel if you're in the Drip community, you're a part of something that you might not understand because you're so used to listening to the news or not paying attention. But it's somebody who is, retired early because of the Drip community and Forex Shark's development. I can tell you see a whole different world. And I know that people are becoming enlightened with DeFi and understanding currency and how the markets work at a greater rate than any time in modern time when it comes to Wall Street being around. And that's a good thing. But you just can't tell. I lost my thought. I completely lost my thought because I started going, what are we talking about leaving? So leaving this, what I set up here, it's a little bit bittersweet because you know, this is where I started it, in this room. And I'm going to go on to greater things, I believe. And I hope that the people who join the stream, who watch, I hope you continue to go through that. I don't ask that you like, subscribe, or follow. A comment would be nice. But I think we're going to do some crazy stuff. When I first got into this, I was like, oh man, everybody's ahead of me. Everybody's going to say, oh, I could have done that. But if you've been able to stay, if you're even still listening, if you were able to stay a part of a bear market that was in a few weeks, if you were able to stay with this community and not go off and just, throw it up because it wasn't going quick enough for you, in my opinion, which is not financial advice, I think you're going to be set up for what some people were saying when we were first going up: generational wealth. And that's a unique thing. And this whole place I'm in right now, for me, will always be historic to the Build Show, because we started here. But I can't thank you guys enough, especially our main guys, Cole and Mitchell. Oh, by the way, Mitchell, the farm, that's your idea. I loved it. And Mitchell, also I've been looking at the Bitcoin thing too. I still kind of disagree with you because of the liquidity. It's like a drip thing. I think people are going to wake up to Bitcoin. But anyway, I was saying goodbye from this studio, and I hope to be live next week in the new studio. We'll see how that goes. But as always, oh wait, somebody commented. I wonder if it's Twitch though. Oh, hey Master Chef. Drip and AF is looking really, really nice, setting up for a bull run. I've got to agree. I really got to agree, Master Chef. It's just, things are set up. I mean, he really did a good job. And it's, timing is everything in life. And it really feels like we're in the right place at the right time, but we can't push it. When in life have you ever been able to push anything through that it worked? And so I'm excited. I think it's going to be May. It's going to be May when everything rolls out, but whatever. When his big, the people he plays with like to play big. And when they go into DDD, when we eliminate that liquidity problem, we've seen what happens before. But even if it just goes up to $1, we don't care. But with the liquidity problem gone, it should be a lot more than that. So again, thank you guys. I can't thank you enough. There was a time when we were talking to 8 people a week. Now we've got a couple of dozen. That little hotel conference room, we're getting about 20 something people in there, and I appreciate you. I hope that you're getting something based on my experience in corporate, my experience as a developer, as an admin. I hope that I'm adding a different focus, something that's a little unique, and you don't have to tell people about us. You can just enjoy us. So with that being said, I love you guys, and game on.